Okay, some of you asked for an example of how to do the paste, and I'm getting ready to work on these ornaments that I've put some gems on. These are just, they come on a card. You stick them on. Let me show you one of them. And I bought these years ago, okay? At Hobby Lobby, Michael's, one of those. But they're on a sticky backing. And so I've cut them up and been able to get as many as 4 ornaments out of some of these. Okay, you don't have to do that. It's just to kind of dress it up. So then I've taken a piece of chalk and I drew on the ornament. This is a matte finish, so I'm able to do that really well. On the shinier surfaces, it doesn't do as well. Okay, so we're using the low fire, no fire piping paste. So in 24 hours, this will be hard as a brick on this non-fired surface. This is just one of your regular Christmas ornaments that you buy at anywhere. Okay, and then I'm using the glass medium, and I've got the glass medium in 2 of my wells. So I've got some clean and a dirty, and I'm going to go ahead and do a fresh one because I've been using these. I like to coat my brush with the medium and then just kind of blot or even pinch it just so I have a flat edge on it. Okay, I've put my piping paste from the 4-ounce jar into our piping bottles, and then I've got the pink tip on it. I like that size for what I am doing. This is a damp paper towel that I constantly keep that in, keeps that moist so it doesn't dry out. Okay, you should always work from the background forward. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put in a center vein, and then I'm going to start here and come up one side, tuck that in your paper towel, and on the flat side I'm just going to kind of wisp, a little bit of a push and wisp, and then I'm going to wipe that out on a paper towel, get me a little bit more medium. The medium, basically, since it is a no fire, what that's going to do is protect your brush so that it doesn't harden in there. And I'm not going all the way down where you see the lines drawn. That's more of a guide to keep me in the right spot, because you're going to be pulling those strokes and you don't need to have them all the way down. Again, rinse, blot, and if you blot it on your paper towel, you can almost get that edge, or you can take your finger in and do that to flatten it out. I've got a little cup here so that when I do a little bit, I can set it down to dry before I can do the other side. Okay, I'll try to keep this in camera view. Center vein. I'm going to go ahead and do both sides of this. Put that back in your damp paper towel. Push, push, and that just gives it a little bit more texture. Turn your piece so that you can work, and you've got a nice little leaf. Wipe out the excess. Clean your brush if you've got a lot of the paste on there. If you don't, keep going. Sometimes you can do 2 or 3 and not have to clean. The main thing here on this round surface is keeping my fingers out of it. And the chalk that I drew on there, I can just take a damp brush and I'll be able to get that off where it doesn't, the paste doesn't cover that up. Okay, so carefully I'm turning. Now I don't like how that one did, so I'm actually going to put a little bit more back on there. We have 2 different size bottles. We have a 1/2 ounce bottle also. The 1 ounce is what I prefer, which is what I'm using. So if your hand is smaller, or for whatever reason you like that other size, it can be done with either one. As long as you get the job done, that's all you're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry so I can set it there. And I'll grab another one. This is a gold one, and again, it's a matte finish. So I'm going to create a little bit, a center vein. This is what I'm considering my stem off of that leaf. It's a little bit different surface than the ceramics that I work on or the glass. And of course it's round too, so that makes a huge difference. So make sure you have some to practice with. And again, I'm just gently pushing just to give it a little more irregular edge or a textured look. Rinse, blot. See how I did that? Just kind of wiping so that I get a nice flat edge on that brush. And I'm using a sable brush. It's an inexpensive, and I believe we have some of those on sale, like a size 4 out there on the website right now. So this would be a good, because if you leave the paste in there, it's going to harden, it's going to ruin your brush. So don't use your best brush for that. Just get you an inexpensive one. Okay, wipe off the excess, clean, pinch out, because you want to pinch out some of that excess. You don't want all of that in there. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And be careful when you're pushing in on this and you stick it into a damp paper towel. If you haven't released the pressure, it will actually pull up the water that's in that paper towel. So keep that in mind. Okay. Let's see which one I can work on. I'm going to turn it this way and do this leaf. So it's going to be coming from this flower. You want the line that you're squeezing out to be fairly heavy, because you're going to be pulling it with the brush, so you don't want to have it too thin, too light. And of course this could be done on any surface. I'm just doing these because I need some ornaments for a party. Okay, wipe, clean it out, and then we would set this one to dry. Or we can go to this petal because it doesn't interfere with anything, so we can do 1 or 2 of the petals. Okay, so I'm not going to go all the way down, and you can just create your own wavy edge. Always keep that tip in a damp paper towel, and then you're just going to catch the edge. Okay. Wipe out the excess, clean if you need to. I think I can turn this and do one more. Like I said, the chalk, you just need something that's removable. What I've sketched on, if you're really good, you can just wing it and do it. I like to visually have a pattern so that I stay within my area that I need to be. Okay, and let's see if we can do another one. Then I'll have to let it dry, because I'll end up sticking my finger in it. Okay, so push, and you can bring the one that comes down that side is going to finish the edge of that area, whether it's a leaf, a petal, whatever it may be. Okay. All right, so this one's got to dry. We will set it there where nothing disturbs it, but you can see the leaves. You could even, if you have acrylics, you can also come back in and do some washes with some acrylics on there, as long as you've tested the product and it stays on there. Of course, your other fired products are not going to. This is a low fire, no fire that's either fired to a full fuse or as low as 1380, but it will cure within 24 hours and it'll be hard as a brick. So that's why I'm using it on these ornaments. And I know there's other people out there that have done different ornaments and different things. Normally I do it on the glass, but I thought I'd try this. Okay. All right. And all of these products, again, can be found on our website, colorsforearth.com. And you can make dots. Let me see if I've got, here's just a little piece of just glass. So the centers of the flowers, what I'll end up doing is coming in and doing a wavy line, or I may add some additional dots, and that would be what my center would look like. Or you can come in and maybe squeeze out some excess and pull in and create some little stamens. That also works too. Okay? Thank you.